Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm a teacher from Orlando, Florida. I was inspired to create this channel not only to show that teachers can have fun, but that fun and learning can go together. Along the way, I hope to answer questions and ask a few myself. In the end, life can be a great journey together. Today's adventure finds us back at Hollywood Studios, where we are going to be discussing going to Hollywood Studios with kids. Now, one of the raps on this park in the past has been that it just hasn't had enough to do for children, and especially for families. This has changed a lot in recent years, mainly thanks to the introduction of a whole new land called Toy Story Land. This new land features a whole new set of rides and attractions specifically designed for families, all taking place in the setting of Andy's backyard. The newest ride in all of Disney is Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios. It is by far the most popular attraction currently in any of the theme parks. But this video is not going to be about that so much. It's going to be more about what to do with younger children who may not be Star Wars fan. If your child is a Star Wars fan though, this ride will be a must-do. But be careful how you get on it, because there are certain parameters that make this ride a little different than most rides, such as a virtual queue that you must register for, usually before the park opens or at one point during the afternoon. One of the other rides that is very popular that doesn't have a virtual queue, that is also part of the new Star Wars lineup, is Smuggler's Run. In this ride, you get to pilot the Millennium Falcon through the galaxy in an attempt to deliver goods to certain rebel forces. Located inside the Chinese Theater is one of Disney's newest rides specifically designed for children and families, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. In this attraction, you enter a cartoon world right through the movie screen. The pre-show does a great job of demonstrating how this happens, but is not being shown currently due to COVID concerns. The ride has autonomous vehicles that start out as a train ride, but then take you through a series of cartoon-like scenes featuring Minnie and Mickey, as well as some of your favorite other classic Disney characters. This ride's claim to fame is that it is the first Mickey-centric ride in any Walt Disney parks around the globe. The mouse who started it all finally got his own ride. This ride replaced the Great Movie Ride, which was a fan favorite. You'll have to decide yourself if it was worth it. Back over in Toy Story Land is the Slinky Dog Dash, a popular family coaster. I would say it's a kiddie coaster, but it's actually longer and slightly more intense than most kiddie coasters, so it does belong in that next category up. There's a 38-inch height requirement, which most grade schoolers and some preschoolers will have no problem meeting. The wait times for this ride can get long, and while there is shade, the queue is entirely outdoors. Therefore, the best tip is to make this an early morning ride or a ride you do just before closing. Another new ride in Toy Story Land, Alien Swirling Saucers. At first glance, this ride looks an awful lot like the teacup ride in Magic Kingdom, as a ride vehicle sits on a circling platform. That's where the similarities end, however. Unlike teacups, these saucers cannot be spun by the riders. They are completely autonomous. They can also switch platforms, going from one to the other, so that you are not just going around in circles the entire time. There is a 32-inch height requirement on this ride. This next ride used to be the most popular ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios and possibly in all of Walt Disney World. Toy Story Midway Mania is a ride that's a game, and a game that's a ride. It takes riders through a 3D carnival-type environment where riders shoot darts, rings, and other objects at targets in an attempt to get the highest score. It's much like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin at Magic Kingdom, but without a max score possibility. The addition of more rides for kids and tracks at this attraction in particular has seen wait times significantly decrease in recent years, but they can still run up to an hour on busy days. The Frozen Sing-Along has the claim to fame as being the first indoor show to reopen since the COVID shutdown at Walt Disney World. This show features the anthems of Arendelle, which is most of the songs from the original movie with the exception of Fixer Upper. It invites guests to sing with the words as they appear on a giant video screen. Favorite characters such as Kristoff, Anna, and Elsa also make appearances in the show, which is narrated by the royal historians. Safe to say, if your child loves Frozen, they will be entertained. If your child is extremely annoyed by the songs or the movie, this may be the one to skip. The show lasts approximately 30 minutes, and with capacity limitations in place currently due to COVID, it is recommended to arrive at least 30 minutes before the show begins to make sure you get in. One Star Wars themed ride that is, interestingly, not located in a Star Wars land is Star Tours, the first Star Wars ride at Hollywood Studios. At the time this ride was made, the long-term plans did not include Disney buying the franchise, so it was thought that it, alone, may be the extent of Disney's involvement with Star Wars. Star Tours is a motion simulator in 3D, which features varying storylines in two different parts, making for a unique experience each and every time you ride it. Be aware that guests must be at least 40 inches tall to ride. As a bonus, the ride queue features some pretty awesome animatronics while you wait for the main event. One other attraction we are going to be discussing today is the Muppet Vision 3D movie, which is located between the new Star Wars Land and the Star Tours ride. This movie features a lot of interactive elements such as bubbles and characters walking through the theater, and is always good for a few laughs among the adults and the children alike. Now, there were some other rides that weren't discussed in this video, such as Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, and if your kids are into those thrill rides, then by all means do them. But this was more for those grade school kids who may not be ready for those types of rides. I hope you liked the content today. If you do, please click like and subscribe.